When you get older, there are only 5 friends you can rely on. Don't choose the wrong ones. Selecting the wrong relationships in later life can lead to disappointment and unfulfilled expectations, leaving us feeling isolated when we need connection the most. However, when we nurture the right bonds, they can bring joy, resilience, and a renewed sense of purpose. These meaningful connections provide the strength and support we need to face the challenges of aging with grace and confidence. Let's delve into these 5 essential friends who will shape your golden years, offering the love, stability, and companionship that everyone deserves as they navigate this important stage of life. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. 1. The friend within, self-reliance. As we age, the importance of self-reliance grows, but its meaning goes beyond just being physically independent. Self-reliance encompasses emotional strength, mental clarity, and spiritual peace. It's about learning to trust the friend within, the part of ourselves that has been quietly growing stronger with every life experience. In our younger years, it was easy to look outside ourselves for validation. We sought approval from our bosses, our friends, or even our families. We often defined ourselves by the roles we played, whether as employees, parents, or spouses. However, as the years pass and those roles shift or fall away, many of us are left grappling with the question, who am I without these roles? This is where self-reliance becomes essential. It's about recognizing that beneath all the roles and labels lies a core self that remains constant. This core is who you truly are, and cultivating a relationship with this inner self is the most important friendship you can develop. As you grow older, this relationship will become your greatest asset. Self-reliance isn't about isolating yourself or cutting off connections with others. Rather, it's about creating a solid foundation within yourself that allows you to engage with the world from a place of strength rather than neediness. You can still appreciate the companionship of others, but you're not dependent on their presence for your sense of self-worth or happiness. Consider the story of Margaret, a woman in her late 70s who had spent most of her life taking care of her family. Her husband passed away when she was 65, and her children moved to different states for work. Initially, Margaret felt lost without the daily routines that had defined her life for so long, but over time, she began to reconnect with herself. She took up painting, a hobby she had loved as a child, but had put aside during her busy years of raising a family. She began walking every morning, using that time to reflect on her thoughts and emotions. Slowly, Margaret rediscovered the strength she had within her, the same strength that had helped her get through difficult times in her life. Self-reliance for someone like Margaret wasn't about cutting herself off from her children or friends, but about nurturing an inner life that was rich and fulfilling on its own. By fostering this inner resilience, she found that her relationships with others improved as well. She no longer approached them from a place of emotional need, but instead as a complete individual, offering her love and support freely. For anyone in their 60s, 70s, or 80s, this kind of self-reliance is invaluable. Life at this stage brings its own set of challenges: health issues, financial concerns, and perhaps the loss of friends or family members. But when you have built a strong, self-reliant core, you will be better equipped to face these challenges with grace and dignity. Self-reliance also means accepting your own limitations and vulnerabilities. It's about knowing when to seek help without feeling diminished by the need to do so. A self-reliant person understands that asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of wisdom and self-awareness. They know how to balance independence with interdependence, acknowledging that while they are strong, they are also part of a larger community. 2. The lifelong companion, your partner. The second essential friend in your later years is your life partner. If you have had the good fortune of spending decades with someone who knows you intimately, that relationship becomes a bedrock of emotional security as you both age. A partner who has shared your life's journey, your joys, sorrows, triumphs, and failures, offers a kind of companionship that no other relationship can quite replicate. For those who have been married for decades, the relationship at this stage of life often takes on a different tone. The initial excitement of early romance may have faded, but in its place, there is something deeper, a sense of quiet understanding, mutual respect, and unwavering support. Aging together can be one of life's greatest gifts, but it's a gift that requires continuous care and attention. In the early years of a relationship, much of the focus is on building a life together, raising children, building careers, buying homes, and planning for the future. But as those active years wind down, the nature of the relationship changes. It's no longer about the hustle and bustle of daily responsibilities, but about appreciating the quiet moments of life, the shared cup of coffee in the morning, the walks together, and the simple joy of each other's company. It's also during this stage that the small acts of care become increasingly important. When one partner faces health challenges, the other often steps into the role of caregiver. This transition can be difficult both physically and emotionally, but it can also be a profound expression of love. Taking care of a partner in their time of need is not just about fulfilling a duty. It's about honoring the life you've built together and showing that even in the face of aging, your bond remains strong. Consider the story of Bob and Alice, a couple in their early 80s who have been married for 60 years. When Alice was diagnosed with early stage Alzheimer's, Bob was heartbroken. He knew that the road ahead would be difficult, but he was determined to stand by her side. As Alice's memory began to fade, Bob made it his mission to help her remember the good times they had shared. Every day, he would sit with her and look through old photo albums, telling her the stories behind each picture. Although Alice didn't always remember the details, she could still feel the love and warmth in Bob's voice. For Bob, being Alice's caregiver was more than just a responsibility. It was a way to show his deep love for her. In caring for her, he found a new sense of purpose in their relationship. This kind of partnership, forged over decades, becomes a beacon of strength in the face of life's challenges. However, not all partnerships in later life are built on decades of history. For some, the later years bring new relationships or second marriages. These partnerships, though different, are equally valuable. They are often characterized by a deeper appreciation for companionship and a recognition of the fleeting nature of time. Whether your partnership is one of 50 years or 5 years, what matters is the quality of the connection, the ability to provide emotional support, share life's joys and sorrows, and face the future together with hope and resilience. For those who may have lost a partner, it's important to remember that the memories and love you shared do not diminish with time. While the physical presence of a partner may be gone, the emotional and spiritual connection often remains, offering comfort and solace even in their absence. Finding ways to honor that relationship, whether through memories, shared rituals, or acts of kindness, can help keep the essence of the partnership alive. 3. The joy of parenthood without dependency. For many older adults, one of the most rewarding aspects of life is seeing their children grow into independent, successful adults. Parenthood is a journey filled with ups and downs, but the pride that comes with watching your children thrive is one of the great joys of life. However, as we enter our later years, it's essential to find a balance between enjoying the fruits of parenthood and maintaining your independence, both for your own sake and for the well-being of your children. One of the most challenging aspects of aging for many parents is the shift in the parent-child dynamic. For decades, you were the one providing guidance, support, and sometimes financial assistance to your children. But as you grow older, the roles may begin to reverse. Many parents start to rely on their children for help with daily tasks, financial support, or emotional reassurance. While this is a natural part of the aging process, it's important to maintain a sense of balance and not allow yourself to become overly dependent on your children. Children, especially adult children, have their own lives to lead. They have their own families, careers, and responsibilities. Placing too many expectations on them, whether it's expecting them to visit every weekend or relying on them for emotional support, can strain the relationship. It's important to recognize that while your children love you and want to support you, they also need space to live their own lives. A healthy relationship with your children in your later years is one where there is mutual respect and understanding. You can still be a source of wisdom and support for them, even as they take on more responsibility in caring for you. It's about finding joy in the relationship without creating a sense of dependency or obligation. Take the story of Frank and his daughter Susan, for example. Frank is in his late 70s and lives alone after his wife passed away. His daughter Susan lives in another state with her family, and while she visits him regularly, she has her own busy life to manage. Frank understood that Susan couldn't be there for him every day, so he found ways to maintain his independence. He joined a local senior center where he made new friends, participated in activities, and stayed socially engaged. He also learned how to use technology to keep in touch with Susan and his grandchildren, sending them text messages and video calls regularly. By maintaining his independence and finding new ways to stay connected, Frank relieved Susan of the pressure to be everything for him. Their relationship remained strong, and their time together was filled with joy rather than obligation. Frank found fulfillment in his own life while still cherishing the moments he spent with his daughter and her family. Another important aspect of parenthood in later life is learning to let go of the expectation that your children will follow the path you envisioned for them. As parents, it's natural to want the best for your children, but as they grow older, they make their own choices. Sometimes, these choices may not align with your expectations. Learning to accept your children for who they are, independent individuals with their own dreams, desires, and challenges, can lead to a more fulfilling and harmonious relationship. By cultivating a life filled with purpose and meaning outside of parenthood, you can approach your relationships with your children from a place of joy rather than dependency. This allows your children to support you without feeling burdened by your expectations, creating a healthier, more balanced dynamic that benefits both you and your children. 4. The everlasting bond. Lifelong friendships. Friendships are one of life's greatest treasures, and as we age, the value of true friendship becomes even more apparent. While some friendships may fade over time, the ones that endure are those rare connections that have stood the test of time. Lifelong friendships provide a sense of continuity, shared history, and emotional support that is irreplaceable in the later years of life. As we age, many of the friendships we once relied on may shift or fade. Friends move away, priorities change, or circumstances make it difficult to maintain the same level of connection we once had. However, there are some friendships that withstand these changes, friendships that are built on a deep foundation of trust, loyalty, and mutual understanding. These lifelong friends are the people who have been with you through the ups and downs of life. They know your history, your quirks, your strengths, and your vulnerabilities. They've witnessed your growth and transformation over the years and have stood by your side through both joyful and challenging times. These friendships offer a sense of stability in a world that is constantly changing. As we age, these friendships become even more valuable. While family members may be preoccupied with their own lives and new friendships may be harder to forge, lifelong friends offer a unique kind of connection. They remind us of who we were in our youth, help us stay connected to our past, and provide comfort in knowing that someone out there truly understands us. One of the most beautiful aspects of lifelong friendships is the ability to be ourselves without pretense. These are the friends who accept us for who we are, flaws and all. They've seen us at our best and at our worst, and yet they continue to love and support us unconditionally. In a world where many relationships are fleeting or transactional, Lifelong friendships offer a rare sense of stability and belonging. However, maintaining these friendships requires effort, especially as life takes people in different directions. Distance, time, and changing circumstances can make it difficult to stay connected. But the rewards of nurturing these relationships are immense. Lifelong friends provide not only emotional support, but also a sense of continuity. They remind us of the person we once were and help us navigate the complexities of aging with grace and resilience. Consider the story of Linda and Carol, two women in their 70s who have been best friends since high school. Over the years, their lives took different paths. Linda moved across the country for work, while Carol stayed in their hometown. Despite the distance, they stayed in touch through phone calls, letters, and eventually email. As they both entered retirement, they made it a point to visit each other at least once a year, rekindling their friendship over long conversations, shared meals, and walks down memory lane. For Linda and Carol, their friendship was a constant source of joy and comfort. Even though they didn't see each other every day, the bond they shared remained strong. In their later years, their friendship became even more important as they navigated the challenges of aging together. They provided each other with emotional support, laughter, and a reminder that no matter how much life changes, some connections remain steadfast. As we age, it's important to invest time and energy into maintaining these connections. Reach out to old friends, make an effort to stay in touch, and find ways to reconnect. Whether it's through phone calls, visits, or shared activities, nurturing these relationships will provide a sense of comfort and joy that is hard to find elsewhere. Lifelong friends are the people who will be there for you in your later years, offering companionship, laughter, and a reminder of the person you've always been. They are the friends who will help you navigate the challenges of aging with grace and resilience, and they will be the ones who stand by your side when others may not. 5. The wisdom of mentors, guiding lights from the past and present. Mentorship is often seen as something that belongs to our younger years, but the truth is that mentors play a crucial role throughout our entire lives. As we age, the wisdom imparted by mentors becomes an enduring source of guidance and support. These mentors, whether they were teachers, colleagues, older friends, or even family members, have shaped our lives in profound ways, offering insights and perspectives that continue to resonate as we navigate the complexities of aging. Mentors provide more than just practical advice, they offer a broader vision, helping us see beyond immediate challenges to the bigger picture. This becomes especially important in our later years when the uncertainties of life, health concerns, financial adjustments, or the search for new purpose in retirement can sometimes feel overwhelming. The lessons our mentors taught us often come back to guide us in these moments, reminding us of our resilience and ability to adapt. For many, the connection with mentors doesn't end just because time has passed. Some of us are fortunate enough to maintain these relationships, continuing to draw on their wisdom and experience. Whether through direct conversations or the lasting influence of their past advice, mentors help us face the complexities of aging with greater clarity. Even for those whose mentors may no longer be present, the impact they've had remains alive in our reflections and memories. Their voices may not be as loud, but their guidance continues to provide comfort and direction. One powerful aspect of mentorship is its cyclical nature. While we benefit from the wisdom of those who came before us, we also have the opportunity to step into the role of mentor for others. This shift from being the mentee to becoming the mentor is not only natural, but deeply fulfilling. We are now in a position to share the knowledge and insights we've gained over a lifetime with the younger generation, helping them navigate the challenges we once faced. Consider the story of Harold, a retired professor in his late 70s who had spent decades teaching at a university. After retiring, Harold missed the sense of purpose he had found in his work, but he soon discovered a new way to stay connected to his passion for education. He began volunteering as a mentor for young students who were interested in pursuing careers in academia. Through this mentorship, Harold found a renewed sense of purpose, knowing that he was helping shape the next generation of scholars. Being a mentor also serves as a reminder of the value we still bring to the world. It reinforces our sense of worth and purpose, providing opportunities to remain active and involved. This act of passing on wisdom strengthens the lessons we've learned and helps us reflect on the full arc of our own journey. By helping others find their way, we simultaneously remind ourselves of the importance of the values we have lived by. Mentorship, both as a recipient and as a mentor, also offers a form of lifelong learning. While we share our experiences and wisdom with others, we remain open to new perspectives and ideas from those younger than us. This keeps us mentally sharp and engaged with the changing world, preventing the sense of isolation that sometimes comes with aging. By maintaining this exchange, we stay relevant and adaptive, always growing, always learning. Conclusion: choose your friends wisely. As we navigate the later stages of life, it's essential to cultivate the right relationships, self-reliance, a deep partnership, balanced parenthood, lifelong friendships, and the wisdom of mentors are the pillars that will support us as we age. These are the friends we can rely on to provide strength, comfort, and fulfillment. By choosing the right friends, both within ourselves and in our external relationships, we can approach aging with confidence, knowing that we are not just surviving, but truly thriving. Surround yourself with the right people, nurture the relationships that matter most, and embrace the wisdom and strength that come with the later years of life. Thank you for watching the entire video. If you find these stories inspiring and motivating, please comment 1. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.